Hey y'all, happy Monday. Yes, I'm eating dinner. How are y'all doing out there? So y'all, this Money Monday's topic was really special because I have been officially debt free for a whole year, y'all. Look at God, ain't he good? Well, y'all might hear me slapping, I'm hungry. But your girl has been debt free for a whole year. And I'm just so like thankful. Even just to be here in this space. Because I remember just thinking about being debt free. Not only thinking about it, dreaming about it, but actually working towards it, right? And for it to be here a whole year later, I'm just like, wow. Shout out to me. Pat myself right on the back. Because baby, it wasn't easy. But yes, if you're wondering, your girl is still debt free a whole year later. And you know that student loan stuff, I got the check back. I called them up, told them to cancel it. That all went through, so now that's back to zero, and I'll probably make a video about that later this week. But yes, your girl is still debt free. No student loan debt, no any kind of debt. And I haven't taken out debt either in the last year either. So I mean, it's here. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it's here. Like I'm doing it. This is a thing. But if you haven't watched the video, it premiered at 7:15. So definitely be sure to go and check it out. And really, I just talk about, you know, some of the things that have now come up for me now that I'm debt free. And, you know, some of those things are just, you know, even though you're debt free, I think it's still important, and I talk about this in the video, to read the fine print, right? Because sometimes, you know, you'll get caught up in just a rigmarole and maybe being just a little too, you know, celebratory, but you ain't reading the fine print. So it's important, you know, for you to just, you know, remember where you came from. Don't get too like ahead of yourself, and make sure you read the fine print. And I was definitely, you know, really that was in particular to that student loan crap. Because I'm like, they try to get me with the okie doke. And I was just so happy to hear a refund and getting $14,000 back. And whole time they was trying to just put me right back in debt. So I always read the fine print before you know, try. You know, maybe you want to, you know, do something new financially, especially with all of this investing stuff that's happening right now. You know, Airbnb, Turo, those are popular things for millennials to invest in. You know, make sure you read the fine print, girl. Because listen, what if I, you know, not only would have put in to get that check back, but what if I would have spent it? Then what, you know? So always read the fine print. Definitely, you know, make sure that you are informed on all things financial. Because just the way our country is set up, y'all, they want you to be owing somebody. Like, they just want you to be owing somebody for, like, ever. So, don't let that be you. Also, y'all, like, I don't have, like, any big particular updates that y'all don't know about. Y'all know I quit my job. You know, I was done with that. But that's probably, like, the biggest thing. Like, I'll be doing some new things career-wise for myself. And I'll definitely kind of talk about those just at a later time. Excuse me. But right now, you know, your girl is enjoying her summer. It's definitely a stress-free summer. This has been the best summer probably since I moved here. So, in 4 years. That's a shame, right? And that's one thing, like, I talk about, too. Like, you know, your dreams be out there, and just as that saying is, like, your dreams will literally pass you by if you don't get your finances right. Like, if you don't get your finances right, your dreams gonna be dreaming right along. You're gonna be right there being broke and unhappy. That was me, girl. So, don't let that be you. Do not let your dreams pass you by because you don't want to get it together. Because you'll look up and they'll be gone. And I just like I didn't want that to be me. So a year later, I'm just reminded to dream. Keep dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. You know, dreaming is what got me to being debt free. Because, you know, we all dream about it. And that's really where it starts. Like, it starts in your head. You may not think it's going to happen. You may not, you know, think that you're worthy of it. But, like, we have to dream, you know. I just think about, like, Oprah. Like, Oprah, clearly she was a big dreamer. And look at all that she did. So, when it comes to finances, that's the first step. Now, you can't just be out there just dreaming and that's all. You have to put some work behind it. But don't stop dreaming. You know, a lot of people, you know, thought I was weird, thought I was silly. You know, oh my gosh, like, why would you do that? And blah, and I'm living my life today. That, okay, girl, well, you do that, okay? Meanwhile, I don't owe nobody nothing. So, in the words of Dr. Phil, how's that working for you? So keep dreaming. Another thing that's so important, y'all, keep a side hustle. Always keep a side hustle. I was at a conference this weekend and everybody was talking about side hustles. And it was like, you know, like, we always, you know, doing something else. And that's true. Like, keep a side hustle. Like, I remember back in the days, like, I had a parent and she worked 2 jobs. She worked in my classroom, and then she worked at the movie theater. She would always bring me popcorn, y'all. Oh my gosh, that was like the best part of the end of the week, cause she would go in on Thursday. I knew she'd be and I knew she'd be bringing me popcorn on Friday. Ooh, I missed that. Good times. But I remember thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, why would you do that? Like, why would anybody, you know, want to work 2 jobs? But you know, when you get a side hustle and then when you make it something, you know, that you like to do. And a lot of people work more than 1 job, and typically, like, they second job, you know, their part-time job, they really like, you know, there's cool people there. It's not as much stress, you know, you just part-time, you do what needs to be done, and then you out the door, right? So I think that's really important, is to really look into getting a side hustle. Like, what can your side hustle be? Always keep a side hustle, like, period. You need a side hustle. I don't care what it is. You know, you may start out small. I remember, like, my first, I would say, side hustle. I don't know if I'd call this a side hustle or just like a part-time job, but I started tutoring at the community college, and that's something that I literally just got done doing. You know, a lot of these side hustles are easy money. You already have the skills to do it. So keep you a side hustle. You know, make sure that you always got something in the back, you know, in case something doesn't go as planned. You know, like, I left my job and I was able to just pivot to that. And the funny thing is, I almost quit it. Because I had gotten a promotion. I was like, oh, I ain't going to have time for this. Listen, thank you, Holy Spirit. I was like, I'm going to keep this sucker. And yeah, I'm still eating off of it today. So, get a side hustle. I don't care what it is. As long as it's, you know, like, morally upstanding, right? Don't just be out there doing anything. But easy side hustles are DoorDash, are food delivery, DoorDash, Uber Eats, rideshare, Lyft, Uber, working at a grocery store. Y'all, these places are hiring, okay? These places are still hiring. These places still need people. And I think the thing in our country is, right, like, people be having just so many, just like unsaid things, you know, within themselves. Like me, like how I felt about side hustles in the past. Like, why would you be doing that? Like, is everything okay? You know, and it's like, yeah, everything's fine. You know, this helps me, you know, to be able to do the things that I want to do. So don't be ashamed about, you know, if somebody was to see you, you know, like working your side hustle, you making an honest living, sweetie. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed about. So, you know, do what you need to do for you. But most definitely, especially like when getting out of that period, you gonna need a side hustle. Ooh. I'll get that later. Next thing, I know I got my notes over here. Freedom ain't free. You got to work. Listen, y'all. The thing about getting out of debt that I have really reflected on was that, you know, that was a lot of work. Like, you can literally go into massive amounts of debt in a day in our country. And I ain't talking about a mortgage, there's just, I mean, you can finance a pencil, like literally. It just does not, we have just gotten out of hand with that, you know, just in our country. So it's very easy to get into it, but baby, to get out of it is a fight to the death, okay? Trust me, I know. But I think that it's important to say, you know, freedom ain't free. You know, think about our ancestors. Like, they had to fight for us to be free. They had to fight for our freedom, all the things. And, you know, I am reminded of that just, you know, just with the debt journey. Like, it took a lot, y'all. It took a lot of, you know, making myself do this, making myself do that, being tired, not wanting to do it, counting down the days, the minutes, and the hours. But the freedom that I feel now is like, was it worth it? Heck yeah. Would I do it again? Heck no. So, you know, freedom ain't free. What are you willing to give up to be able to get to live the life that you want? Like, one thing that Dave Ramsey always says that really like sticks, that really sticks with me, is live like no one else, so you can live like no one else, you know. And so, you know, if you, I remember me, I was working from Sunday to Sunday, living like no one else. You would have thought I had 5 kids, my husband had left me, and we ain't had no food to eat. You know, the way I was working, and the rent was due. Like, I was working like that, and, you know, I was living like no one else. Like, other millennials weren't doing it. I didn't have anybody in my age bracket doing it, nobody that I really knew. And now, here I am. Like, I can't say that I know anybody who's debt-free that's my age. And not that, you know, folks aren't out there, because I know they are. I see them, like, on social media and stuff. But I personally just didn't know, you know, anybody, because I was living like no one else. And I'm still, you know, choosing that same montage that, you know, I'm not going to pick up debt. Like, funny thing, y'all, so I went to a conference this weekend. And first off, this was the first conference that I ever paid for out of pocket, y'all. But I was already kind of nervous, like, about the hotel, because when I booked it, it said, oh, you know, you need a credit card for this reservation. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't have a credit card, you know. So I hope they don't give me too much flack, because I'm gonna use my debit card. So I was just like, and I thought to call, I was like, I don't feel like going through all that. I'm gonna just get there and we gonna see what it do. They ain't turning around no money. So, you know, they asked for, like, my form of payment, gave them my debit card, and that was that. Now, I did see, like, a sign that said, you know, debit cards may have a hold for up to 10 days, and it's your bank, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's fine, you know. So, a lot of times, you know, we've been told these things. Oh, you can't book a hotel, you know, with a credit card, or you can't get a rental with this, you can't do that, and it's not true. So, you know, along with that freedom, don't get caught up in just things that are simply not true. Yes, you can book a hotel with a credit card, or I'm sorry, a debit card. Yeah, you can do a rental car for the same, you know. And have I rented a car from, like, a rental agency? No, but I was just on Turo, and baby, the good debit card worked just as good. So, you know, there's ways around these things. So please don't get caught up with how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. And it's really like excuses so you can keep, you know, staying in that bad behavior. Don't let that be you. It can be done. Like I said, ain't nobody turning away no money. And baby, if something was to go wrong, I already know what to do. Give me the manager, please. So, look, I hate to make a scene. But yeah, you know, freedom ain't free. It takes some work. And I am just reminded of that doing the things that you want, the life that you want to live, is going to take some work. So don't be afraid of it, you know. Bow up. Go with it head on, you know. And that just lets me know that, you know, if I can do that, baby, it ain't nothing I can do. It ain't nothing I can't do. It ain't nothing I am willing to put into the work to do as well. So those are just some things I just reflected on it in the video. Definitely stay educated. Like, I'm still staying educated. Keeping up with podcasts. I'm going to take the Financial Peace University course before the summer's out. You know, you got to stay educated, because, yeah, these things will go over your head. You be done miss something, child. You been to ask for a check back so they can put the balance back on your, you know, bill. You know, these are things that we have to just stay just up to date on. So I want to know, y'all, what questions do you have about my debt-free journey? Is there a particular spot that you're at that maybe you're having some difficulty with? Drop down in the comments and let me know. And also, y'all, don't forget my $5 e-guide. My $5 e-guide is out there for y'all. It's an easy, fun, encouraging read. Only $5. You get it immediately upon paying for it. And it just goes over, you know, the things that really stuck out to me during my debt-free journey. This is something that I really like to talk about, and most importantly, it's something that I've done. You know, sometimes people be selling you stuff and they ain't even done it. I'm always very like leery of that. But no, this is something that I did for 22 months. And as far as with me and my journey, like, I didn't fall off of it. You know, like some people kind of fall off and they get back up, of course. But y'all, when I tell you I was ready for the taking, baby. I went straight 22 months and did what needed to be done. You know, thank you, God. Then ain't nothing break down. I ain't have to do, you know, nothing that would have caused me to have a setback. You know, God really showed up for me. He really showed out for me. And on this journey, he'll do the same for you. So, you know, it's important for us to, you know, put stop in things that are going to help to turn our lives around, no matter what that is for you. You know, make sure it's in your budget, of course. But, you know, that's just something that I wrote, and I definitely want to get it to as many people as possible. And this week I'll be talking about, like I said, the payment situation with the student loans for those who got checks back. Mine went through and everything was reversed, and it's now a zero balance again. So I'll be talking about that later this week as well. I have something else that I'm working on dropping. And listen, y'all, I ain't finna hold y'all too long. I'm fixing to finish my dinner, and I'ma see y'all on the short side. So y'all be sure to head over and check out my shorts. Bye.